Hey YouTube, I just wanted to give you a quick primer into the video I'm about to upload, which is Tuesday's doctor appointment. It was my first post-op doctor appointment, and I'm going to try to piece together some videos that kind of describe the process of what happened, what I first looked like right after surgery, maybe with some pictures, and then kind of what that resulted in at the doctor's appointment, the kind of pain level I was in, my expectations, and kind of what happened at the doctor's appointment. So you'll see a couple of videos pieced together here to kind of give you an idea of where the journey is going. This first picture here was taken the day after surgery. That big bruise right there is where my breast was cut out, and they put in the tissue expander. And then you can see, I've labeled it here for you, you can see where they cut into me to take my lymph node. And then at the bottom there you see the two tubes that are exiting my body. That's a special kind of drain that's used to gather the material that really is caused when your body swells. So the first visit to the doctor was intended to take a good look at these tubes as well as how well I was recuperating overall. Ultimately the biggest decision was whether or not to remove one of these Jackson-Peratt drains. At the doctor for my first follow-up, it is Tuesday the 19th of July, and it looks like out of my little packet of tubes, etc., that are in my body, one each is going to come out today. So that's really good, only like 3 days after surgery.
I would like you to, what are your expectations versus your reality for this point of where you're at?
I thought they were going to be like hard, but still boob shaped and maybe bruised. And I expected sort of like black and blue, and it's more like beige. And it's hard, like where you can touch. I can actually feel almost like I could click, grab the tissue expander. And then in other places, it's literally like a water balloon. It feels kind of gross because it's so squishy, and they're like super boxy.
I can see. There.
Super boxy and just sitting on top of my body. Nobody's boob is this high unless they're fake boobs. Like I thought it was gonna be, you know, gravity was gonna help it to be like a boob. That's all.
Okay.
And the squishy part really feels gross, actually. Like, I almost would rather it feel like a stone than that squishy thing.
Okay.
So this video just kind of shows the pictures. That was the left side of my body with two tubes and now just one tube. And then this is the right side of my body. Again, two of the drainage tubes. And then I zoomed in a little bit here, and then you can see they removed one, and I was reduced to just one drainage tube on each side. So looking a little rough on my way home from my first post-op doctor appointment. Feeling really tense and tight. But some good news is the doctor said looking great, and the bruising is fading really quickly, and blood flow looks amazing, and they took out one drain on each side of the drains that are sticking out of my back. So recuperation continues. I'm really happy for the drugs because I'm not quite right yet. A little nervous about for when Talia leaves tomorrow. How that's going to be when I'm by myself, just with like friends stopping in to check on me. But hopefully I continue to get better, and between all the wonderful meals that Talia has left for me in the refrigerator and my own ability to cook something, I'm unlikely to starve. I think I'll be okay. And it's really just a question of time passing so I can feel better. So now that we've kind of gone through that process, to summarize what happened, it's 3 days after surgery. I go in to see, is my body accepting the tissue expanders? Am I healing? How's the bruising doing? How's the swelling? Are the drains able to pull away that excess swelling so that they're not putting additional pressure on the sutures that are inside my body? Because I chose to do skin saving, nipple sparing. They had to make sure I have good blood supply across the entire skin surface. Is any part of my skin starting to show lack of blood supply and or the skin itself is dying? They need to see that straight away before I actually start getting into a situation where my skin is dying and they have to cut it off. For example, am I actually going to lose my nipple even though they tried to save it? So they had to look at all of those things. And the only real procedure thing that they had to handle was, are we going to remove one or more of those drains that are in your body? And they ended up taking one drain out of each side. That part was kind of weird because even any touching on the outside skin surface, there's a tube going into your body. So they're messing around out here. You feel it on the surface, but any wiggle, you actually feel it deep inside your body. And so it kind of made me feel a little queasy and weird. It's not a lot of pain, but it's definitely a creepy feeling. I don't know how else to describe it. And certainly, unless you have this experience, there's no real way for me to capture. There's something on the outside of your skin that feels a little bit like a bruise, but you can feel the of the tube inside your body. So what they basically did is they said to breathe, so in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice deep breaths. And then once they said push really hard, just blow out hard. So I kind of, and as I was doing that, they were slurping this tube out the back of my body. So super weird. And then they applied gauze and taped it on like you saw in the pictures. And they sent me home. So it was really tight. It was super stressful. So of course I was tensed up during that time. The ride home was actually more painful than the ride there, even though I had half the tubes on the way home that I had when I was going there. So that's what the first doctor appointment looks like. And we'll see what happens this coming Tuesday when I go back. Subscribe!